Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Norma Taylor, and we're starting our news show with the following stories. Securitas Chief Joe Schetting gives us information on an upcoming scam presentation. Our SCTV crew checked out the free Jazz Jam event. And later in the program, we learn about the new membership features of the Woodworkers Guild. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News, with our news team bringing you stories from Sun City and the Low Country, taking the lead with entertainment news. And on deck is our sports report. Sun City News, from people you know, about people you know. This week's SCTV News starts now.
Securitas Chief Joe Schetting returns to our studio to give us information on an upcoming scam presentation for our residents. Let's hear his comments. And I understand that you have scheduled a special presentation on April 23rd right here in Sun City with the topic of scams. Yes. Now, can you give us the details about this?
Sure. So I scheduled a scam presentation, which is it's going to be April 23rd from 1 to 3 at Mag Hall. The person that's presenting it is the special agent in charge of the Charleston office with the FBI. I saw him speak probably about 2-3 months ago. He did a scam presentation at one of our director meetings, and I was really impressed by the information that he put out regarding what's going on, not only locally and the state level, but and nationally, but also on the international level. How scams have become to the point that they're utilizing human trafficking to get people to do scams. And scams have become such a problem, and it does happen here in Sun City, on a fairly regular basis, that it's important for the residents to know how to protect themselves, what to look for, and who to call if they think that they're being scammed. But it's a fairly common problem.
What kind of scams do you think will the presenter be focused on in his presentation?
Well, he'll be talking obviously about a lot of the things that they're saying, in this area, but he'll also be talking about some of the problems that they're saying globally on why this problem is so significant. And we've seen situations where, even though it used to be where most of the money was just sent overseas, where people are actually coming and actually picking up money, meeting up in parking lots or things like that, and representing themselves as officials from banks. He'll go over a lot of the things that they're seeing right now, and as well as how to prepare yourself and try to avoid getting scammed.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chief, for coming on, and we look forward to the presentation April 23rd here in Sun City, and it's going to be at Mag Hall, and the time?
1 to 3.
1 to 3. When the Sun City Jazz Club held their annual meeting and Jazz Jam, our news team was on hand and brings you a sampling of this entertaining event. I'm here with Sue and Doug Olson. So, Sue, why are you here at Le Cabaret, the Jazz Jam?
I was always interested in jazz, and I thought it would be nice to come and see the band play. I just thought it would be a good night.
Okay. And you're aware, Doug, that this is the new group, Le Cabaret Group?
Yes, I am. It's very interesting, and I'm anxious to see it.
Okay. Well, it's going to sound...
or hear it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sounds like you can hear it from here. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoy the show.
The only thing I play on, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all those things you've always planned for. Gee, it's great to see you looking swell, baby.
Still more Sun City news to come. Our SCTV crew attended the All About Art Club's Spring Art Show and Sale. Georgia Lash was at the recent Meet the Author event. And our SCTV crew attended the Shalom Club's offering of Cuba's Forgotten Jewels. We'll return after a brief break.
We need those action shots and Kodak moments that happen every day here in Sun City. Think about when you're out on the courses, the courts, or the field, putting that phone to good use and snapping those shots of your favorite athletes. Hold your camera for a landscape, not portrait orientation. Send your photos and videos with a brief description of the event details and identify persons when possible. Email them to suncitytvhh@gmail.com and watch for your first TV photo credit.
We checked out the opening of the All About Art Club's Spring Art Show and Sale at the Yemassee Craft Center to see all the talent on display.
Well, I'm here with Ann Rotuno and Sherry Bowers, who are the co-chairs of the All About Art Show and Sale. So tell me about the show.
Well, this year we have the most entries we've ever had, which is really surprising, and we're so happy. This year we also have more members with new people living on the West Side. So we've got new art club members, which is great. We've got brand new members who are in the art show, and we literally have members who have been painting for over 60 years who are in the art show. So we have quite a range of experience.
Okay, well, my experience, I do a lot of stick figures, so, and I've been doing that for over 60 years, But Sherry, tell us how many participants and what kind of media are we talking about here?
We have over 76 participants, 119 pieces, and we are everything from mixed media to acrylics, oils, drawing. It's a really wide spectrum, even some digital arts.
Wow. So when we're talking about art, we're talking about a lot of different facets of art, are we not? And a lot of people specialize in certain things. Now, this is not only an art show, but people can also sell what they have done.
Exactly. And that's one of our main things, is to give our members the opportunity to sell their art. And it's nice to have something, a custom made piece for your home. It's really lovely. And we have a lot of kind of low country beach scenes, marsh scenes, a lot of our local animals, birds. It's really a wide variety. Plus, we have really eclectic art. We have a lot of non-traditional art. We have mixed media, which is really interesting. So we have a wide variety, and it's great to have like custom-made art in your home. We have an outside judge come in, and our judge this year is Pamela Hagan, and she's from the Atelier Off Bay in Beaufort. She's a professional artist, particularly watercolor. And so she'll come in tomorrow and judge the artwork. We'll get a first, a second, and a third place ribbon in every category, and we have 7 categories. And then she'll choose a best in show, which will get a ribbon as well.
Well, I'm here with Alex Herrera, and Alex is the artist of this fantastic drawing. Alex, tell us about it.
This is a gentleman that was in the Hungarian uprising, and his son told me and described him to me in an interview I did with his son.
Wow.
I did it by memory.
Make sure you tune in next week to find out who the winners are. At the recent Meet the Author event, Sun City resident Cheryl Gillespie introduced her book, Chocolate and Vanilla, A Recipe for a Happy Life. SCTV was there to learn more about Cheryl and her writing.
Cheryl, welcome to Meet the Author. Your book, Chocolate and Vanilla. Intriguing title, intriguing premise for the book. So how does that analogy tie into self-improvement?
Well, thank you very much. It's a very interesting topic. I find that it is, as far as self-development, it helps us to choose who we are and what we do and what we stand for. Chocolate and vanilla came around as in a lot of it is opinions. We all have our own opinions, right? I even start that out in the book, saying we all have opinions, what they're like. But it's because we all have a different belief system. And in our belief system, if somebody believes something, and somebody else doesn't, it doesn't make it right or wrong. So it helps us in turn to be a better person, move forward, not criticize people, You like one thing, I like another. I always say chocolate and vanilla, and that's great. What works for you works for you. What works for me works for me.
Definitely. Now, who do you feel is your target audience for chocolate and vanilla?
I actually feel that it's for everyone. The book is written in such easy form that a 10-year-old can read it and understand it. So really anyone who wants to better themselves, anyone that's looking to tune inside instead of being on the outside. I always say, when you're connected inside, everything goes smoothly. And also it helps us to make our own choices in life, to know that whatever choice we make for ourselves is right for ourselves. It's not a bad choice, because we all have a choice, and that's where chocolate and vanilla comes in.
Now, I've read the book. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I do thank you again for reminding us in the book to have joy for our daily life and our daily relationships. And yet I have to ask, what if those are the sources of our unhappiness or our stress? What do you do?
So in other words, you're saying that if joy is making you unhappy, or the situation. Okay. So in any given situation, you have a choice. You can choose fear or you can choose love. You can choose happiness or you can choose sadness. So I say choose joy. When you choose joy, things go a lot easier. And it's a nice way to move through life and no pressure on yourself. You do the best you can with what you have, everything.
Maybe the key there that you do have to look, you have to find that. There is some joy there.
Yes.
The Shalom Club held a special showing of the film Cuba's Forgotten Jewels, a story of European refugees fleeing Nazi-occupied Europe and escaping to Havana. The co-director of this film, Judy Creed, was at the event and spent some time with reporter Georgia Lash to share her personal insight about this part of history.
I'm so curious, when you look at the origin of how things like this become part of us, what compelled you to add filmmaker into your already successful career as a dance educator, as a dancer, as a choreographer? Come on, give us the story.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to. Well, the trajectory was that I had fallen in love with Afro-Cuban dance. And of course, I knew my mom's story since I was a little girl. And so I was traveling to Cuba from the year 2000 to study music and dance. But I also knew that if I wanted to tell the story that my mother had told me as a young girl, that I would have to start really doing it quickly, because many of the refugees were passing away. And then it became really poignant to really try to document, to videotape, to try to get as much video testimony as possible. And because of my love of music and dance, I had the great fortune of meeting Robin Truesdale, who is the true videographer of the project and the artist, a very major visionary. We both shared all the ingredients, but she had quite the vision, and both of us so loved music and dance that although this is a Holocaust story, we really wanted to bring Cuba to life. And we thought film was really the way to have a chance to really show Cuba, not just through a book, but through the music, through the color, and through the dance.
And how wonderful it is that you were able to really merge your story with your mother's background. How special is that? And really, the film highlights the stories of the Jewish refugees coming into Cuba and blending into the Cuban, culture. Can you give us an idea of how that merger of cultural blending happened?
Yes. So some of the Jewish refugees were, like my mother was very sheltered as a child, and yet she did tell some funny stories of the playfulness of the Cuban workers at the factories, and the young women were so shy, and the Cubans were always flirting with them and making them blush, and it was very funny. So the light, the color, the music, that's told in the film too, through a variety of people that just said the culture was so important to us, and we still carry it with us.
And then also the fact that they became productive, right?
Absolutely. So I feel like I feel as though the film really tells a story of the power of refugees and what can happen when you allow refugees into your country, when you accept them, when you bring them in. And refugees can add so much to any culture. I mean, all of us are from somewhere. There's nowhere around it. And the diamond merchants who came from Antwerp, from Belgium, some from Holland, they brought an entire industry that Cuba didn't have. And Cuba also was coming out of the Depression. And so this industry really was a complete win-win situation for both cultures. Having the chance to share this positive refugee story, and in essence to also discuss the power of being accepted by a community, the power of two communities coming together, and what can happen. This is a big part of the film, was that the Cubans never made the Jewish refugees feel badly in any way after years of persecution, escape. And I think, as I know the Cuban people, they have always been so deeply, deeply accepting. And so it's the feeling that if we can love and accept people who may come from very, very difficult places, we can all truly benefit as a community, as human beings.
Still much more ahead on Sun City News. Randy Selman's here with entertainment news. We hear about the Woodworkers Guild's new social membership, and Mike Romano has a sports report. So come on back.
So I scheduled a scan presentation, which is it's going to be April 23rd from 1 to 3 at Mag Hall. The person that's presenting it is the special agent in charge of the Charleston office with the FBI.
Sun City TV invites you to join our crew. Our growing technology presence requires enthusiastic, creative volunteers. No previous TV experience needed. Email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com.
Now let's head over to Randy Selman for some entertainment news.
With spring in full bloom, it's time to move the music out of doors. To celebrate Mayfest, join your friends and neighbors at the Pavilion on Friday or Saturday, May 1st or 2nd, for a great concert featuring the Coconut Groove Band. The Coconut Groove Band delivers masterful tributes to iconic acts like Steely Dan and Crosby, Stills and Nash, while expertly covering classic rock, soul, and Americana favorites. Their 4 multi-instrumentalist members create rich harmonies and authentic arrangements, making them a versatile choice for any music lover of classic rock. Tickets are $18 and are available online and at Lifestyle Services. Limit of 4 tickets per household. Gate and cash bar services open at 5 p.m. Food will be available for purchase, but feel free to bring your own goodies. Also, it is recommended to bring some lawn chairs. So sit back and enjoy the show. Hurry and grab some tickets to Tacos and Tequila, scheduled for Tuesday, May 5th at Riverbend. There you will enjoy live music by Boki and dine on fresh Mexican dishes by Downtown Catering. The full menu is available at Lifestyle Services. Cash bar services will be available, and no outside food or beverage will be permitted. Tickets are $46, which includes dinner and can be purchased online and at Lifestyle Services with a limit of 4 tickets per household. Door and cash bar services open at 5 p.m. and the fun begins at 5:30. This month, Music in the Square is featuring the music of For the Funk of It. On Thursday, May 28th, you can rock and roll to the music and also catch up with your friends and neighbors. Tickets are $12 and are available online or at Lifestyle Services. The music at Town Square begins at 7 p.m. If you really want to rock and roll, call the box office at the Art Center of Coastal Carolina as they are presenting the Tony Award-winning Broadway musical Hairspray. It's 1962 in Baltimore, and the lovable plus-size teen Tracy Turnblad only has one desire: to dance on the popular Corny Collins show. Think American Bandstand. This is a family-friendly musical piled bouffant high with laughter, romance, and deliriously tuneful songs that will have you up and out of your seats dancing. The show opens on Wednesday, April 22nd. To order tickets, call 843-842-2787 and mention you live in Sun City and receive a $5 discount. More about Hairspray in the weeks to come. I'm Randy Selman, and that's your entertainment report. Remember, life is entertaining, so don't miss the show.
We caught up with the Woodworkers Guild to hear about their new social membership that they are offering. Let's listen.
Well, I'm here at the Woodworkers Guild, and I'm here with Bob Bass, the president, and Susan Zimmerman. She's a longtime member and an instructor and a mentor. Got that right? Yes. Okay. All right, Bob, here's some questions. You've got now offering a new level of membership. Tell us about it.
Yes, so we offer a $30 Woodworkers Guild membership only, which allows you to be a social member of the wood shop, strictly for activities like the hot dogs that we're having back here. There's always things going on, golf outings, we're doing a bowling outing soon, so there's always different opportunities that you can participate in.
Okay. Now, what's the reason that you are going forward with this new membership?
We figured that a lot of people from the west side are still working, and we want to be able to offer them other things that they can do. And the camaraderie here is great, and it's just a great club to be in.
Okay. Now, the cost of this new membership. Talk about the cost versus what it is for the regular membership.
So last year our dues was $50. That covered the wood shop. Did not cover any of the special interest groups that we have. This year it's $30. That allows the social membership. And then if they do eventually want to join the guild, they can add another $20 to that membership and take the classes, and they can then be part of the guild, part of the wood shop guild.
Now, are there any limitations on this new membership that you're offering?
So limitations are they cannot use any of the equipment. So unfortunately, they can buy wood. So if they have equipment at home, they can buy the wood here, which is discounted, but they cannot cut it. They have to have another member or pay to have it cut.
And Susan, question for you. With this new membership, can they take educational classes that are offered?
Yes, they can take any class that doesn't involve the machinery. So it's a production class. If they have machines at home, then they can learn the software to use on those machines. They can learn project techniques. There's a lot of really good classes that we offer, so those social members will be able to take those classes.
And Bob, one last question. Talk about your membership. How many members do you have now?
So we have a little under 1,000 members. About 260 of them are women. And it's ranges from 50. I think our oldest member now is a little over 90.
Well, thank you both for explaining a little bit more about this new membership. Hope you get a lot of new members.
Now let's head over to Mike Romano for some sports news.
Hello, sports fans. We had the pleasure of interviewing Donna Ryan, director of the Tennis Association's Mix and Match Tournament. Let's watch. With me is Donna Ryan, who is the director of the Mix and Match Tennis Tournament here at Sun City. And Donna, what is the Mix and Match Tournament?
Hi, Mike. The Mix and Match Tournament is a tournament put on by the Sun City Tennis Association for its members. And in this tournament, we mix different players and match their skill levels with other players for a fun and competitive tournament.
How many players do you expect to have in this tournament?
We'll have about 225 players, and they'll be on 8 teams. Each player will play about 4 matches over the 4 days. And those matches could be women's doubles, men's doubles, mixed doubles, or a combo team where one player is a level up or a level down from the other player. Those are really fun to watch.
Do you have anything else besides tennis going on during this 4 days that you'll have this tournament?
Yes, we do. We have the WTO, the Women's Tennis Organization, has an event called Match Point, where each team only plays 1 point, and that's to see who performs the best under pressure. So that's a lot of fun to watch. And then we also have a lot of food at the tournament. We have a grill that serves hamburgers, hot dogs, and Beyond Burgers. We have a snack and drink table. We'll have ice cream on Saturday and Sunday, and then one of the sponsors will provide popcorn. Along with all of that, we're going to have music going on, so that makes the atmosphere really nice.
Are people that don't play tennis or belong to the association, are they invited to come and watch the goings on?
Oh, yes, yes. We love to have visitors. There's a lot of spectators at the tournament. Many of them are just friends of the tennis players or neighbors, but it's always nice to have people come down and watch the tournament.
How do you get it all together? It seems like it's a pretty large event to go on and must take a lot of work and a lot of people.
Yes, yes, it's a large event. There's about 80 volunteers, and they work in areas like setup and tear down, on the grill and the food tables. They work scorekeeping, court monitors, information tables. So it takes a big group of people to put this tournament on.
And what are the dates?
The dates are Thursday, April 23rd, and Friday, April 24th, from 4 o'clock to about 8. And then Saturday, April 25th, and Sunday, April 26th. They'll start at noon and they'll go to 4 or 5 o'clock.
And just one last question. Do you do this every year?
Yes, the SCTA has done this for many years, and we hope this year will be the biggest and best event ever, and that it will continue into the future for many years.
Well, we'll certainly be here for that, and we'll be walking around interviewing people and talking to people. So hope it's a nice weather week and you can have a good time.
Great. I look forward to seeing you at the tournament.
Thank you.
Sounds like a fun event. That's it for sports. It's now time to get outside and have some fun. For Sun City Sports, I'm Mike Romano.
Well, that's our news show for this week. Thank you for watching. Catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to click like and subscribe. To see expanded coverage of some of our SCTV stories, tune into our monthly show Extra. And if you have questions and comments, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. Make sure you check us out every week for all the news that's happening in your community. For Sun City News, I'm Norma Taylor.